All right, it's Buster in here, live from the Delco basement in the suburbs of Philadelphia. On the line with Jordynne Grace. What's happening, Jordynne? You are the TNA Knockouts World Champion. Thanks for joining us.
Women's world champion, but yeah, knockouts world champion.
Talk to me about Philadelphia. You'll be in Philly this weekend, of course. TNA Live happening at 2300 Arena, and you'll be in the house.
I'll be in the house, and actually, I don't have any idea who my opponents are. So it's going to be a surprise to the fans and to me. I know we're doing a little bit of, this NXT crossover thing. So fingers crossed on my part that someone from the prohibited portal is going to make their way over here.
How is that? Like, we're in such a different era of pro wrestling where, this interpromotional stuff is sort of something that really we haven't seen before. I mean, as a kid, it would have been crazy for me to see, any of that cross brand stuff, which we sort of did, but then whatever. But right now you get to be sort of that beacon that goes through the forbidden door that represents TNA within WWE programming, and then now it seems vice versa. How's that feel to be the one?
It's awesome, but it's also a ton of pressure. Like I feel like I'm representing not just myself, but TNA as well, and I'm just trying to do that to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I can imagine the pressure of it. But then, years pass and, you'll go down as in history as like sort of that one that carried it through the door, which I guess there comes the pressure. Um, so one of the things I thought was interesting about you is that you are in a wrestling household. You're married to a wrestler. Um,
I
how do you guys like disconnect? Are you guys just always talking about the business and thinking about the business? Are you ever able to like shut it down?
No, not really. I mean, to be completely honest with you, like, especially now, like with everything going on, it's really difficult to disconnect. And like, I mean, that's what we both love. We both love to talk about it, first of all. So
Mhm.
we would talk about it with people who don't like wrestling. So of course we're going to talk about it with each other. I think the main thing that we talk about other than wrestling is we have 6 dogs and 2 cats. So we also have a love of animals. And I think whenever we're not talking about wrestling, we're usually just like walking the dogs, playing with the pups, seeing like, oh, what are we gonna do for this one's birthday because we're weird and we're those kind of people.
Right, right. Do you find yourself like having like wrestling lingo? Like is it like, is it like, "Hey babe, excuse me," or is it like, "Hey, didn't mean to no sell you, brother?" Like is
Yes,
there
I feel like it's just like second nature at this point. We say that to people in public sometimes, and they have no idea what we're talking about. So
Yeah, totally.
we definitely do that.
So you'll be in Philadelphia. You're from Texas. You a Cowboys fan?
I'm a Cowboys fan, but I don't watch football anymore. I feel like all I watch is wrestling. I'm a one like shot kind of person. That's all I focus on now.
I get it, and you're at the point in your career where and just life, age, and everything where it's like perfect for you to fully submerge yourself in your craft and become the best at what you can do. I know you're in a pump session right now while you're taking a second to talk to us. What are we working on today? Is it like is
I'm
it
my least favorite day. It's leg day. So this is
uh,
my second leg day of the week. I went on vacation last week and I barely worked out at all. I probably gained like 500 pounds, and so I'm trying to shove it, cram it all in before the tapings this weekend.
Yeah, totally. You are a wrestler with good hair. Okay, significantly good hair. I always like to acknowledge wrestlers that have good hair when I'm talking to them. And then one of the things I always like to ask them is if you could build a Mount Rushmore of 4 wrestlers from all time with the best hair, your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers with great hair, who would be on it, Jordynne Grace? A lot of people like to start
Okay,
off with Ric Flair in the 80s. That seems to be a
that's cool. Yeah, that's like the obvious choice. But I don't know if you watch any kind of Japanese wrestling, but there's a guy named Tanahashi,
okay.
incredible, amazing hair. Triple H. I mean, I don't actually know what it looks like other than when it was wet, but it still looked really cool. um, I think I don't Naomi Trinity
Naomi,
from
great hair.
WWE,
Yeah.
like amazing hair, and I don't care if it's a wig or not. Like she bought it, it's hers, 100%. But those are the people that come to mind just like off the top of my head.
That's awesome. What do you know about Philadelphia? You're coming to town this weekend for the big TNA show at 2300 Arena. Tickets available right now. All the info at tnawrestling.com. But you're coming to Philly. What do you know about Philly? Like food wise, do you have a spot when you come through?
No, I don't like Philadelphia cheesesteaks. I feel like I would rather eat something else. It's delicious, but I feel like my calories are better served elsewhere. I have run up the Rocky Steps before, and I actually used to live for a few years in York, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So that's not far from Philly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, what York is that up there by like Hershey, Harrisburg,
Yeah. So it's like an hour north of Baltimore.
Northeast PA?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that's where I actually moved uh kind of to cut my teeth into the northwest, the northeast situation. Like that's where I got first signed by TNA. That's where everything kind of happened for me.
Who in your family got you into wrestling? Was there like an uncle or somebody that was like, you got to watch this?
No, I mean honestly, it's on TV, and I have four brothers and sisters, and we would always see it, and we would just destroy my mom's furniture by doing wrestling moves on it. And when I was 12 years old, I don't know why I did it. I was just like, wrestling schools near me, and there was actually one like 30 minutes away. And so when I turned 14, I went to the school and, paid $100. And Texas doesn't have an athletic commission. So you can pretty much do whatever you want if you pay them. And I started training to be a wrestler.
That's awesome. That's really
Yeah.
cool. I find that people, it's like no matter what age, once somebody finds what they're looking for, let them go, let them go. Was it hard for your parents to like let you get in a ring at 14 years old?
No, actually, my mom, I think she was waiting for me to find something for the longest time because I tried, all the sports in school. I did cheerleading for a little while. I did soccer. I tried to do track. Was terrible at it. I tried to join different clubs, and I could never find anything that like worked for me. And I think wrestling's the first thing that she saw that I was like 100% committed to. And so she kind of just let me run with it. And so I'm very lucky that she did. And I've been doing what I love ever since I was a kid.
Wow, that's great. That's a huge story and glad you're living it. We're a top 40 radio station, Q102 here in Philly. Uh, what's your music? What are you listening to? Who do you like? Especially in the contemporary. Do you listen to pop?
I don't really know. I've been playing the same stuff on Spotify for the past 10 years. So other than what I see like on TikToks and Reels, I feel like I don't listen to the actual radio that much anymore to know what's hot anymore. But I tell you what, I do love country music. I know it's very like a divisive topic, but I do love country music.
I think country's become like the big wave right now. Like you'd be surprised, like in the pop world, like our station's playing a ton of country music, whether it's Morgan Wallen or if you consider Jelly Roll's stuff country, because he's kind of doing both. But yeah,
Mhm.
country's the big wave right now. Listen, Jordan Grace, I won't take up any more of your time. I know you got to get back to your workout. This weekend, you'll be in Philadelphia. You're hanging out for the post-show meet and greet tomorrow night. Is that
I'll,
right?
I'll be there nice and sweaty for everybody.
Can't wait to see you kick some ass in the formerly ECW Arena, 2300 Arena. All the info on where it's streaming Access TV and how you can get tickets, tnawrestling.com. Thank you so much for your time, Jordan Grace. Good luck this weekend here in Philly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Have a good one.